What up, YouTubers? This is your boy Big Metroid Fan 12 coming to you with another video game review. And this time I'm reviewing Comix Zone released on the Sega Genesis. And it was made by Sega itself, making it an exclusive to the Genesis when it was first released. And the plot revolves around Sketch Turner, who was a starving artist and a freelance rock musician, who was working on Comix Zone. Pretty much it was his new comic book series, and the story around that is that the New World Empire is attempting to to fight off some aliens who lost an attack on Earth, and the main villain, who is called Mortis, escaped from the pages of Comix Zone and try to kill Sketch. So now Sketch is in a battle to stop Mortis. You know what I'm saying? Now the one thing about Comix Zone that it is a beat 'em up, but what separate this from other beat 'em ups is that the Comix Zone uses comic book panels throughout the game, which is very different and pretty innovative for Sega. You know what I'm saying? I can admit that. Now the game has 3 stages in it called chapters, and it's 3 stages called episodes, and they're divided into sections called pages. You know what I'm saying? Which is pretty cliche for like in terms of comic books, but you know what I'm saying. But it's not that big of a deal. You know what I'm saying? And you can use different weapons in the game, like bombs, knives, even Sketch's pet rat, roadkill, and you're gonna fight different enemies through the course of the game, like Gravis the Bully, Sturgeon the Assassin, Spawn Mutant, Cocoon Crawler, and other enemies like that. You know what I'm saying? Plus, you have different types of special moves at your disposal. You know what I'm saying? There's special moves like serial double punch, uppercut, serial low kick, flying dragon, and stuff like that. Plus, once you beat an enemy in a particular section of a stage, it pretty much works like your typical beat 'em up, where you go to a different part, proceed further, but you of course proceed further in the comic book panels. You know what I'm saying? Plus, there's other things that you can do outside of fight enemies. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty much work like you have to push down pull a panel, stuff like that, so you can see to the next panel. But the one thing about Comix Zone, it's one of those games where you only have one life, and if you die, it's pretty much game over. But there is a cheat to where you could have invulnerability. You know what I'm saying? Where you won't lose any energy. If you want to look it up, you can Google Comix Zone cheats, and it'll give you a list of cheats that you can use. Of course, the one cheat I'm referencing is the one where you can't lose any energy. You know what I'm saying? Invulnerability, invincibility rather. Now, the graphics in Comix Zone are pretty good, and it has a decent color palette to it, and the design of Comix Zone is pretty good and innovative because of the fact that Sega chose to use comic book panels in the game. You know what I'm saying? So no other beat 'em up have ever tried it since. As far as the design is concerned, and and the play, uh, the gameplay rather is pretty much the best part of the game because of the different types of regular moves and special moves that you can utilize throughout the course of the game. And the soundtrack is pretty good too, and pretty much what you expect from a beat 'em up from an overall standpoint. Now, a lot of gamers have complained about the fact that it's difficult, but to be truthful, the difficulty is more balanced. To me, the problem comes with the fact that Sketch only have one life in Comix Zone because the fact of the matter is most beat 'em ups that was released on the Super Nintendo and Genesis, you pretty much started with like say 5 lives, 6 lives, 7 lives, depending on what game you're talking about. Like with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Turtles in Time, you could change the number of lives for you choose the number of lives between like 3, 5, or 7 or something like that. I do believe Final Fight you can have like 5 or 6 lives or something like that. But no other beat 'em up game that I played besides Comix Zone had one life in it. Even the another Genesis game that I reviewed don't have one life. I forget the name of it right now, but I do have it in one of my videos. In I do have I did review the game in one of my previous videos. What I'm trying to say. But anyway, this one thing with the one life in Comix Zone is more frustrating than anything else. Than difficult. You know what I'm saying? And I honestly wish that Sega should have had a sequel to Comix Zone to correct this particular problem of being having to be as frustrating in this aspect. But despite that particular flaw in Comix Zone, it is a pretty good game, and I would definitely recommend it to like fans of the beat 'em up genre, fans of the Genesis, retro gamers, and those who have a YouTube channel that's pretty much where they do let's plays on that channel. You know what I'm saying? As far as the score, I would definitely give it an 8 out of 10 because it is a good game overall, despite the fact that, like I said, it has that sketch has one life. You know what I'm saying? Now, with that being said, if you like Comix Zone, if it happen to be one of your favorite beat 'em ups, or if it's one of your favorite Genesis games, you can mention it in the comment section. If you like my review of Comix Zone, don't hesitate to thumbs it up. Don't hesitate to share it. And don't forget to subscribe. This is your boy, Big Metroid Fan 12, signing off.